Dr. Natalia Kanem, the United Nations under the UN Secretary General, the Executive Director of the United Nations Population Fund. Dr. Natalia Kanem, you are a woman born with the hearts of 1,000 beings. You are a life giver and you are a miracle by yourself. You are fearless and courageous. You were born a queen and a conqueror. You are a warrior, blood you bleed. Your beautiful soul reaches out past infinity. You are more than we can see. You are divine as you have been from the beginning. Your plight was beautiful from the start and could not be turned bitter by male chauvinistic tendencies. You grappled with patriarchy, but your graceful matriarchy was not subsumed. You were born with the wisdom and courage of King Amina and Ya Asantua.
Your Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia, Your Excellency, Vice President of the Republic of Costa Rica, Madame Epsi Campbell-Barr, Excellencies, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, partners, and friends, dear young people of Ghana, it is a privilege to address you today as leader of UNFPA, the United Nations Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency, and as a champion for people of African descent. The theme of our high-level forum has a special resonance for me as a member of Africa's 6th region, that diverse and dynamic African diaspora, the return mission. From the Americas to the Pacific, from Asia through Europe and beyond, we form a living testament to human resilience and to the force of the will to freedom. Recognition, justice, and development. These are the themes of the ongoing International Decade for People of African Descent 2015 through 2024. And as wise elders have said, when you escape the trap, it is home that beckons you. This is a time of homecoming, it's a time of reunification, and the mission of return. Gathering here in Accra, we are reminded of our unshakable bonds. As Africans and as descendants of Africa, we share the same roots, the same present, and a common future ahead.
Her Excellency, Epsi Campbell-Barr, I'm very proud and elated to say that you are the first Vice President of the Republic of Costa Rica, the first woman of African descent to hold this high position in the American continent. Her Excellency, I should say, your hands are as soft as the sparkling wool. Giving is in your genes. Lifting up of the destitute is your prime goal. Your smile glows and brings life into the sunken eyes of the forsaken soul. The sparkling skies bear witness to your soft heart, which yearns to see humankind live in absolute love and pursuit of common good for all. Your heart is bruised and sends you into quagmire when you see the sufferings of the masses.
Your Excellency, Mahamadou Bawumia, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency Natalia Kanem, United Nations Population Fund, good morning, everyone. It is a great honor for me to participate in this important forum by this beautiful country, the Republic of Ghana. I am deeply grateful to my sister, Dr. Natalia Kanem, for arranging and making this visit possible, the return mission, and as well Harold Robinson and all the staff of the United Nations Population Fund who have enthusiastically taking on the task of strengthening relation between Africa and us, the people of African descent. I also thank the President, Nana Akufo-Addo, and you, Vice President, and this government for this extraordinary opportunity to be here. I would like to begin this dissertation by detaching myself as a leader from the office that I represent on this occasion, that of Vice President of my country, to share with you something of my own life, the life of Epsie Campbell Barr, a woman of African descent from the Americas who comes with you in this mission to build bridges. Like you, I'm a descendant and daughter of Africa, specifically from Nigeria, Mali, Benin, Togo, Ivory Coast, and Ghana. And I also have in my blood the imprint of Cameroon, Congo, and Bantu people of the West. This is what my family DNA analysis provide. And that's why I say with authority that I'm proud that I'm here, that I'm a daughter of Africa. Today, I come with you as a woman of African descent.
Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, let me extend an official hearty welcome to my sisters, Her Excellency Epsie Campbell Barr, the Vice President of Costa Rica, as well as Dr. Natalia Kanem, the UN Under Secretary General and Executive Director of the UNFPA. On behalf of Ghana, I say a big akwaba, which is welcome. I trust that the past couple of days of your visit, you've had deep reflections on the African narrative as seen through the Ghanaian lens. Indeed, due to the utmost importance with which issues of Afro-descendants touch the very pulse of the Ghanaian, I ask that this high-level forum be shifted from Wednesday to today to enable my participation, and I am most grateful for the organizers for making it possible. By the virtue of the very checkered and multi-layered history involving slavery, colonialism, fleeing from oppressive conditions, our forefathers were forced out of the motherland. Their descendants, some of whom have returned today, have evolved into a heterogeneous, albeit recognizable group of people with a unique cultural history and heritage. The very context for their existence has exposed this group of Africans to being intimately acquainted with the effects of racism, racial discrimination, xenophobia, and related intolerance. People of African descent have a story only they can tell and should not be sidelined in discussions on the advancement of the protection of rights and demanding for equity. These deep-seated biases still prevail in the world we live in, with Afro-descendants struggling to find a sense of belonging in a land where they were born, but which rejects them at every turn. Please join me while I salute every single Afro-descendant who bravely challenges the order of the day by continuing to resist all forms of racial discrimination. Afro-descendants are Africans, no matter where they come from.
This indeed is a fantastic day. It's a day that we in the diaspora live for. My beautiful Undersecretary and Executive Director, you just have such a wonderful, infectious smile. You just light up a room. And I'm just so happy to have you here today. Our dynamic, hardworking Costa Rica Vice President, and my sister at the end. The Diplomatic Corps, led by a dynamic, fantastic Colombia ambassador. We keep forgetting that she belongs to Colombia because Ghana has just embraced her. And then all my other colleagues there, we want to say Akwaba and welcome to you both and to all of you. You see, the tragedy of speaking last is that everybody has said everything you were going to say. My Undersecretary, my Vice President, the Vice President of Ghana, they all said everything that I want to say. You see, they gave me this wonderful speech. Abigail and Rabbi and our other board members all wrote down what I should be saying. Well, you already said it, so I won't repeat it. But one of the things that the Vice President said that I'd like to take a few moments to talk about is that when you are a diaspora, nobody can tell your story like you. I am a little girl from South Carolina. I have lived in Africa for almost 40 years, and 20 of these years have been here in Ghana. There's been wonderful experiences. There have been things that are challenging. But you know, I don't want to be anywhere other than in Africa. You see, there's two types of diasporas. And this is one thing you two didn't say, so I can say this. There's the historical diaspora, which I am one of the historical diaspora, those of us taken from slave trade. Then you have the continental diaspora. These are those that go away for work, study, or greener pastures. So the African Union has charged our mission. We are the first and only diplomatic mission of its kind dealing specifically with diaspora issues. Our motto or our mandate is to support the African Union in encouraging diaspora participation in the development of Africa. That's what our mandate is.
In August, I had the privilege of being part of the UNFPA to go to Costa Rica, where I met the first female black vice president of Costa Rica. That alone gives me chills. That alone recognizes that our daughters can one day be a vice president of a country. And as a diasporan, I think that is key, and that deserves another round of applause. I actually got a chance to dance with the vice president in Costa Rica and Dr. Kanem. When Rocky Dawuni was playing his music, we were all dancing after the boat ride. People have said again and again, Ya Santwa, Ya Santwa, Ya Santwa. What did Ya Santwa represent? Ya Santwa was a warrior. She was a politician. She was a farmer. She was a go-getter. She was somebody that stood in front of the men and said, I will fight. We will fight. And these two women, in every day of their lives, keep fighting. Representation matters. I remember when we wrote the letter to tell them that they're going to get honored, and we had the response from Costa Rica that the president was going to come. We were excited. And then we got a letter to say that Dr. Kanem could not make it. We were gutted. And then we had another letter that the vice president couldn't make it in the end. But she sent a letter and said that I will come to Ghana. And indeed, she's come to Ghana, and she's brought the UNFPA boss. And we get to stand here and honor the two of them. It's 100 years of Nana Ya Santwa since she passed away, and we didn't want to forget that. A lot of the times we forget about our history, especially about the women, and we wanted to make sure that we do not forget Nana Ya Santwa for what she did for the country.
My contribution, and of course the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement and area was mentioned. And Your Excellency, I'm looking forward to that being extended past the continent into the Caribbean. We need to start trading with the diaspora.
My name is Ya Santwa. I am here in Ghana from California. I live here now. I'm also a member of the Central Region African Ascension Association. I serve as their convener. I wanted to echo and thank you, Dr. Bennett, for confirming one of the reasons I believe I'm here, and that is to serve. I've been given a great opportunity as an African American with young African teachers to build a library.
Mine is recommendation. It will be very beautiful to organize such meetings for the youth from the diaspora to African countries so that they can learn very early and be part of whatever we are doing.
The theme of the program is the return mission. Who is returning? And what is the mission? What is the reason? And everybody comes from a home. Therefore, as a chief, my question is, how deeply are the chiefs involved?
Costa has been a great event, and that was why we came, just to be part of it. And since we working, we all diasporans, we thought it would be nice to meet other people and see what plans we have ahead.
Very good. Isaac, you and I, we've seen a lot of these events, but sometimes it seems like we're doing more of the lip service than actually chalking up quantifiable accomplishments. Do you think when it comes to integration between the African diaspora and the continent, do you think we're moving the dial or not?
Yes, this is Isaac Asel. Very good question. There's so many conversations happening behind closed doors right now when it comes to the African diasporans and the kind of initiative that we have to come together and help our motherland grow and also improve on certain sectors that we need dearly. So I'll say that the lip service is kind of awareness, letting everybody know that this kind of forums and this kind of conversations are important and are going on.
Come.
Thank you.
What made you take the plunge with your husband?
I'd say that we began discussions probably early on in our marriage. We've been married for about 10 years.
10 years, okay.
Yeah, so about 5 years into it, I came to Ghana and I experienced the culture. It's a very communal place. And having been born and bred in the South, as we talked about here today, some of the injustices that happen to diasporans, abroad, and also with having a black son, I wanted a better environment for my children. Okay. But then also I felt embraced here in Ghana with the communal aspect. And so that was the main gist of why we moved.
My name is Fidelia Grant Galong. I'm the ambassador, extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Republic of Suriname to the Republic of Ghana. I just arrived in this country. I'm here. I start to do my job here the 1st of May, and I presented my credentials on the 22nd of March. So I'm very new to Ghana, and I thank you for welcoming me. And I'm part of the diaspora, yes. What touched me, all the speakers did something to touch me. You see, trade among the diaspora and the continent will empower Africa and the African diaspora. It struck me the most because if we don't be our own business partners, who will earn? Someone else might earn. So let us empower and work together with one another to empower so that we conquer poverty. I know Africans don't like to be poor. We don't want to be beggars. So let us work on ourselves in the countries we are to not be the beggars, but to be the provider, because we provide to the world. Think of natural resources in Africa. And the country I come from has gold, has everything, have clean water, have forests, lumber, everything we do have. And the culture is as rich as what you have here in Ghana. It's diverse. And the African descendant retained a lot. Let me tell you, I know the word Medasi. I know the word Ago. I know the names Kofi, Kwaku, Akuba are my uncle's name. I heard the name Afiba. What's the name of my uncle? Growing up, in the free zone where they freed themselves from slavery, living in tribal communities. So the chiefs' cooperation in economically and culturally with the chiefs of my country. Since it's a very small nation, not only the chief, the whole government is involved and all the peoples are involved. If I tell you here, people will talk about us and let them talk. That is the head tie I have on. That is made by the Diaspora of Suriname. It says, let them talk. Whenever you see this style, I send a story. Let them talk and let us talk to one another, because communicating make us hear one another and understand. Understanding is a very important stuff.
Attending the event of the people of African descent was very significant because it just showed that us as diasporans, we are so far apart but yet so close. And so the Costa Rica president coming to Ghana is crucial in bridging that gap between the diaspora and Africa. And her being here, going to the slave dungeon, just for her to experience what happened to our ancestors. You know, history is always important for us to know and feel and learn about what happened and why we got separated. But also looking at how us as Africans can unite, reconcile, and start working together.
What do you find from this event?
Quite interesting, great network, and we learned a lot about trade between Costa Rica, South America in general. Just so glad we were invited to be here.
Good. Yeah. And you, what did you find?
Yes, I think it's a very enriching program for one to connect with what is going on globally, you know, and to also learn that the African race is being promoted globally. So that for me, it's a big one. And also I enjoyed the network.
Okay. On the global stage, Ghana seemed to be enjoying a lot more of the tourism and returnee pie than Nigeria, although Nigeria is much larger. How is this phenomenon playing in Nigeria?
Okay, I think there is more exposure when it comes to this subjects in Ghana. I mean, especially with how Ghana was able to promote the return. That was like 2-3 years ago. But definitely, that's not to say that we don't have representation in Nigeria. So I think the focus right now is on Ghana, and then we're definitely going to support Ghana.